You accept every invitation that comes from every nook and cranny. And your home is sinking deep. And you think you have a ministry you are running in your hands. Sir, you don't do. Go back to your home world. A leader who is not able to reproduce his kind is a failure. By now, you must have seen the minister's wife and the minister's child. If you have not, go quickly and watch them. So today, the concentration is going to be on the minister himself. But before I go into what I have, let's go to the Bible. 1 Timothy chapter 3. I'm going to read from verse 1 through 5. I'm reading from the Amplified Version. From verse 1, 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This is a faithful saying. Someone who seeks to be an overseer desires a good work. The overseer, therefore, must be without reproach, the husband of one wife, temperate, sensible, modest, hospitable, good at teaching, not a drinker, not violent, not greedy for money, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not covetous, one who rules his own house well, having his children in subjection with all reverence. But how could someone who doesn't know how to rule one's own house take care of God's assembly? If you wish, you could read through all of those. So I have to start with this because, like I said earlier, our major concern today is the minister. If you are a minister, congratulations. The office you are occupying is a beautiful one. But if you do not have any of this quality, what you are just doing in that office is warming it up. And this is the case with most of the ministers. The Bible recorded that you must be able to rule your own house. Have your children in subjection with reverence, not in subjection with pain, not in subjection with fear. You have become the lion of the tribe of your own house. When you have gone for ministration, the house is calm. Everybody is okay. The children are playing, they are relaxed. When once they hear the sound of your vehicle, the honk of your vehicle, everybody takes to their heel. Everybody is running helter-skelter, trying to find something doing, even when there is nothing to do. That is not what the Bible is saying. It means that they are subjection under your fear, for the fear of you spanking them. It means that there is no love. That training is not pure. And it asks a very beautiful question. But how could someone who doesn't know how to rule one's own house, if you don't know how to rule your own house, if you don't know how to care for your own house, if you don't know how to bring your own house up, how can you take care of God's own assembly? A lot of ministers today are rather violent, greedy for money, even quarrelsome, and very covetous. They are interested in the monetary aspect of the church than in the spiritual aspect and the growth of human in that church. That is not even where I'm going. That is, by the way, even though it is part of what the Bible is saying. But my great concern is your home as a minister. I keep saying this, I cannot emphasize it too much, that God will never and has never given anybody a ministry. This thing we keep calling ministry because everybody is a minister. The difference between you and the other person is taking responsibility, or you are in an open place, or a particular denomination have hired you to be a pastor that everybody is seeing. There are people who are ministers and they minister from wherever they are. But the GO, they say it's general overseer. As far as I'm concerned, it's only God that is the general overseer. But whatever you call your name, if you can't rule your house, it is a problem. I will not still forget that story of Eli in the Bible. God did not ask Eli's wife, why is it that your children are this way? You know that my son Eli is busy with the work I have committed into his hands. He is always busy attending to the people of Israel. He is always busy in the temple. He is always busy doing the sacrifice, the wave offering, the burnt offering. And you are the wife. You are in the house. Your responsibility is to blah, 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 blah. God didn't do that. But that is what so many ministers do to do. You leave your own work, what you are supposed to do, in the hands of your wife. On top of that, most of them don't even value their wife. They don't appreciate their wife. How do I mean? They come back, they have been laughing outside with other people, joking with every other person. As soon as they come inside the house, they wear a strange aura. And they begin to sniff around. What is it that has been done? What has not been done? Why is this clothes here? Why is this cup here? Why is this place here? You mean you are not done cooking? Why is it that the children are just doing their homework now? Why is it that they are just telling me about their school fees? Why so many why? They don't care. They rather go to fellowship or go for ministration rather than to attending to their wife when she's sick, or even the children. If the wife is sick, he leaves her in the hands of the children to cater for. And if it is the children or one of the child that is sick, you go church. You go that program, now by force. All of you are not sick. There is no way the whole of you will sit at home. He is the only person that is sick. Oh yeah, take paracetamol. Stand up, you are healed in Jesus' name. You know, enter hearts. That is not the way to do ministry. That is not the way to do ministry. Ephesians chapter 6, if you read from verse 1, 2, that is the one that they have always been echoing. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is good. Honor your mother and your father, that your day will be long. This is the first commandment with a promise. They stop there. Verse 4, it will be what? Jump and pass. The next place they are going is, wives, submit to your husband, even as Christ. Nothing like coming back to that verse 4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. They jump the part of husbands, love your wife, submit unto each other. Then love your wife, then submission will come. They jump all of those. Who are you leaving all of those things to do? When Adam committed an offense, he pushed the blame to Eve. Did God call Eve when he saw something that was wrong? Who did he call? He said, Adam, where are you? He said, I heard your voice and I hid myself. There is no excuse. Adam had been with God. God had given him instruction. He had made everything available. This is it, this is it, this is it. At the end of the day when Eve came in, because God has seen that this man needs a helper. And that is the reason I have been teaching him everything I'm teaching him. Because I'm going to bring her as a surprise so that he will reproduce what I have taught him. But at the end of the day, Adam shifted to one side and said, devil, go ahead and carry on with that job. After all, it's only 3 of us that are here. And that is exactly what so many ministers are doing. Your home is not in order. Accept every invitation that comes from every nook and cranny. And your home is sinking deep, sinking deep, sinking deep. And you think you have a ministry you are running in your hands. Sir, you don't do. Go back to your home world. If your home is healthy, any leader that cannot reproduce himself is a failure. So it is. Any pastor, if you are a pastor, you are a minister, and you cannot reproduce yourself, not in your members' self, in your household, check yourself. If you are a minister and your children can do what you are doing with passion. Not that they are doing it to fake it. Not that they are doing it out to please you. Not that they are doing it to please you. When you see something, when you see a child that is doing something to please his father as a minister, you will know. When you see a child that thing is inside of him, you see that child, he will not make 2-3 sentences without saying, I learned from my father. Just as my father is doing. I love what my father does. If you don't hear that word, forget it. You will hear words like, my father just wants me to be a pastor. If not, I'm not interested. He's the one that is being called. Not interested. I was just born inside here. And that is what is happening to a lot of ministers. For the fear of that, most especially when they are church owners, they try as much as possible to bring in their children because it is business. For them, it's business. They are interested in the money that comes from it. So they wouldn't want outsiders to occupy those positions. So what do? They try as much as possible to incorporate their children. If you are truthful to yourself, you sit or you have sat under the ministration of such kind of children, what do you come out with? What is the life of those children like? That is how you can tell the one that have reproduced himself or herself and the one that the children are doing it because our parents want us to do it. Ministers, please concentrate on your home. If your home is healthy, your ministry will be smooth. Stop jeopardizing your home. Stop trading your home, the happiness, the love, the care of your home for attending conferences, conventions, and programs that you can actually say, no, from this period to this period, I always use it for my family. I am already choked up. If you can at least move your program to so and so, I will be able to attend. But if not, please, you will look for another person. Because of what? Your family is important to you. As a minister, make out time, family time. I love ministers. There are ministers who does this actually. They have their family time. They have vacation. They travel for either weekends or month ends. It depends on how that man of the house have planned to gather his family. Not leaving everything and anything in the house of your wife. And most times, when these women, when these your wives even come to you with these suggestions, you just shut them out. You can't make any headway. That is the reason you see yourself struggling. You just get tired. You are always angry because when you go outside, I keep telling people, when you go outside, a lot of things makes you happy. But in your home world, that you are supposed to be joyous, as soon as you come in, you feel like let the ground open so that you remain. And that is the reason you will accept every invitation, so that you will always stay away from home. But it is not good. It is not the biblical standard. That is not the way God has made it to be. Let your children feel you as their father. Let the children know that you are their father first. Let them now know that you are their teacher. Let them know that you are a spiritual head over them and your wife too. You see that love assuming from them to you. You yourself, you will discover that you have peace of mind. When you stand at the podium to talk, it comes out natural because you have spent time with your family. You have given listening ear. There is a communication, a real communication, not one-way traffic, but a wholesome communication. You sit with your children, you sit with your wife, you listen to them. You listen to your children, you listen to your wife. You share in their pain, you share in their joy. You suggest to them, they suggest to you. You have a fellowship with them. When you have devotion with your children, explain the Bible to them. Give them Bible portions. Let them also explain. Let them read and interpret so that you see how they are growing spiritually. Don't assume and allow conferences, conventions, church activities, and what you do in the church to train your children. That is not training. Training is from the home. And you see these children living out that life so that the children will not live a life that pleases you when you are there and live another life that pleases them when you are not there. What will you gain? Something happened back then in the campus. This lady comes from a home, a pastor's home. She dresses in a certain way. By the time she gets to the school gate, she pulls off the dress of home and folds it in and wears campus dress. That even you, that you feel that you enjoy being naked, you that you enjoy being naked, when you also see her, you are ashamed of yourself. She lives a different life unknown to her parents until this lady died in her last semester when she was to graduate. That was when the parents get to hear a lot of things. People opened up. You never knew. I wasn't able to tell you. The story went on for a long time. Is that what you want for your children? Is that what you want for your family? Your wife is always in pain. When she's in the church, she just has to put on a smiling face. When she's at home, you are giving her trouble because you have loaded her with a lot of work and you are not helping her. This woman will do the bedroom job, she will do the house chore, she will do the caring of the children, most especially when the children are small. And it continues up until when they are teenagers and even adolescents and big adults. They always go back to their mother, and the mother will be like, if I tell your father now, you people should tell him yourself. Say, Mom, if you cannot tell him, just leave it. We will just find our way around. Now that you go and wait, now you begin to quote Bible for you, cast and bind, all of that. Please. GOs, pastors, evangelists, superintendents, I beg you in God's name, concentrate on your home. A lot is happening in your home that you do not know. Not because you ought not to know, but you have shown your family, I am not interested, I don't want to know. Your first ministry is your home. Bring these children up with love and care. Bring your wife up with love and care. Please, in God's name, so that they will be able to worship God. Please, in God's name. The Lord has not given you any ministry to take away your family. God is interested in your family. He is interested in your family. Don't be like Eli. Don't be like Eli. I pray that God grants you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to lead your home in love and in reverence. And your ministry word will be sweet. Have a time with your children and family. Have a time with your family. Eat with them. Laugh with them. Play with them. Whether they are still small or they are grown. Little wonder. The way you started up with them right from when they are small is how you will continue. But if you didn't start, peradventure you didn't start while they were small, you can start now. You can actually start now. I'm sorry for being an absentee father, but now I am present. Please, I want to make up for those years. And God will bless you. And we will have a healthy home. Remember, an armed robber comes from a home. A bad leader comes from a home. A champion comes from a home. I'm sure you don't want any of your child to be any of the first two mentioned. You want your children to be champion. Champion in God, champion in the church, and champion in the society. And that is when God will be pleased with you. That is when you can have a wholesome and loving life. God.